What happens when the world's deadliest hitman trades his sniper rifle for a broom and a convenience store apron? You get Sakamoto Days.
このデブにかけられた懸賞金は10億円
Basically, imagine if John Wick decided to retire, embrace his dad bod, and defend his family with a dustpan instead of a gun. With its insane fight sequences, laugh-out-loud comedy, and heartwarming themes of family and redemption, this series has already captured the hearts of manga fans. But what makes Sakamoto Days so special, and why should you be hyped for the anime? Today, we're diving deep into the art, action, comedy, and characters that make this story a standout. Let's get started, and don't worry guys, we'll keep this video spoiler-free. But before we get started guys, can you like and subscribe? Each one really helps me out a ton, so that would be great if you guys could do that. Anyway, back to the video. Alright, now let's kick things off with the basics. Sakamoto Days isn't your typical action series. It follows Taro Sakamoto, the greatest assassin ever. Hitmen revered him, and the bad guys feared him. A once legendary assassin who gave up his violent lifestyle after falling in love. Now, he's a family man running a small convenience store in the suburbs. But while Sakamoto may look like your friendly neighborhood shopkeeper,
pizza time,
he's still got those killer instincts, and they're as sharp as ever. Now, the brilliance of Sakamoto Days lies in how it balances seemingly opposite genres. On one side, it's an adrenaline-pumping action series with intricate fight choreography that could rival any Hollywood blockbuster. But on the other, it's a slice-of-life comedy with genuinely touching moments about family, loyalty, and redemption. It's this seamless blend of heart-pounding action and heartfelt storytelling that makes the series so unique. Now let's talk about the art, because Sakamoto Days is a visual masterpiece. The mangaka Yudo Suzuki has a knack for creating dynamic, cinematic panels that leap off the page. The fight scenes are meticulously choreographed with every punch, kick, and improvised weapon captured in stunning detail. Now what really stands out is the sense of motion in Suzuki's art. Characters don't just fight, they interact with their surroundings in creative and unexpected ways. Sakamoto turning a convenience store into his personal battlefield, or Shin using a broken broomstick to block an ambush, it's all so fluid and immersive. But again, it's not just the action. Suzuki's art shines in the comedic and slice-of-life moments as well. His expressive character designs and clever use of paneling deliver punchlines with perfect timing. Whether it's Sakamoto's deadpan reactions or Shin's over-the-top facial expressions, it all flows so well and doesn't feel forced. Of course, no great story is complete without memorable characters, and Sakamoto delivers in spades. At the center is Taro Sakamoto, a character who redefines what it means to be a hero. Despite his unassuming appearance, Sakamoto is a force to be reckoned with. He was the ultimate assassin, but nowadays his greatest strength isn't his combat skills, it's his love for his family, and his commitment to live a peaceful life. And then there's Shin, Sakamoto's loyal sidekick. Shin's mind-reading ability brings a unique twist to the action and comedy. What makes their dynamic so compelling is the contrast between them. Shin is a young, hot-headed, and impulsive character, while Sakamoto is calm, methodical, and always one step ahead. Their dynamic is equal parts hilarious and heartfelt, with Shin often playing the straight man to Sakamoto's unintentional comedy. Okay, so the last person we're going to talk about is Lu. She's the daughter of a triad family, and she's a very skilled martial artist with a habit of making her presence known. After a chance encounter, she becomes an invaluable part of the team. Whether she's delivering devastating kicks or adding her own snarky humor to the mix, Lu's a fan favorite for a reason. She brings a fiery energy to the group that balances out Shin's impulsiveness and Sakamoto's calm demeanor. Now, one of the reasons Sakamoto Days is so beloved is its ability to balance jaw-dropping action with absurd comedy, and it's done in a way that doesn't feel cringy and just feels like it's flowing within the story. As mentioned before, the fight scenes are a masterclass in creativity. Sakamoto doesn't just fight, he uses everything at his disposal, from frying pans and mop handles to soda bottles and even his own belly. Each battle feels like a puzzle where Sakamoto outsmarts his opponent with pure ingenuity. On the comedy side, Sakamoto Days knows how to deliver. The humor ranges from quick one-liners and visual gags to running jokes about Sakamoto's deadpan demeanor. For example, as I mentioned before, Shin is a mind reader, so very often Sakamoto doesn't actually answer him, he'll think something because Shin can read his mind. So when Lu or Shin do something that Sakamoto doesn't like, he'll think of like legit hurting them, and a lot of the times you'll see Shin's reaction to this and it's funny. It's genuinely the kind of humor that keeps you laughing even during high-stakes situations, making every chapter or episode a roller coaster of emotions. Now that we went over a little bit about who the characters are and basically what Sakamoto Days is about, what can we expect from the anime adaptation? Fans are hoping it delivers on 3 main fronts: animation, tone, and pacing. First, let's talk animation. The manga's fight scenes are incredibly fluid, with Sakamoto and his crew turning everyday objects into tools of destruction in the most inventive ways. To bring this to life, the anime needs to nail the choreography and make these scenes feel just as dynamic and unpredictable as they are on the page. If the animators emphasize the creativity and the fluidity of the combat, we're in for something truly special. Future post-edit Zay here. The intro for Sakamoto Days dropped about a day ago and it has people in an uproar. The opening is giving people animation concerns, to the point that they're comparing it to Blue Lock Season 2, which was heavily criticized for poor animation. I don't share those same beliefs, mainly because 1, I don't think it's that bad, and 2, it may not reflect the animation that we're going to get in the show. I think people are being disingenuous. Comparing it to shows like Dandadan and Demon Slayer, both of which are held as visual masterpieces, is unfair. The reason why the animation may be lackluster in some people's eyes is because Sakamoto Days shares a studio with Dr. Stone, and Dr. Stone's final season is airing, so that may be the priority of the studio. Regardless, I think the animation concerns are fair but being blown out of proportion. As long as the fight scenes look crisp and fluid, then everything will be fine. These assassins are martial artists, so the focus should be on the fight choreography. Sakamoto Days is a more grounded show, so expecting the blockbuster animation of a Dandadan, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Demon Slayer is unrealistic. I will say they did make some of the designs look a little goofy and clunky compared to the manga, but not everything can always be a perfect one-to-one. Regardless, I wouldn't let these concerns hinder your experience because they sure as hell aren't hindering mine. Okay, future post-edit Zay out. Since for the most part Sakamoto Days is a show about just hands, like a lot of the characters don't really have supernatural abilities, a lot of the fights should be very grounded. They should have beautiful martial arts choreography. Think of any of the fights that Toji Zenin was in JJK, or think Yuji versus Mahito before they started using all of their cursed energy. Honestly, Sakamoto Days is basically just a bunch of Maki and Toji Zenins running around with heavenly restrictions. Next, we're going to speak about tone. Sakamoto Days is an expert blend of action, comedy, and heartfelt moments, and the anime will need to balance these elements. The heartfelt and comedy moments need to land just as effectively as the intense action sequences. The chilling feeling that's in the air whenever we're introduced to somebody is great in the manga, so I know the anime will take it to another level. We also can't forget the emotional beats, which are central to the story's heart. Finally, pacing. The manga's greatest strength is its ability to transition seamlessly between action, comedy, and heartfelt moments. The anime will need to capture the same rhythm to truly bring the story to life. If the studio can balance all of this, which I believe it will, then Sakamoto Days is poised to become a standout anime this year. Sakamoto Days is more than just a story about a retired hitman. It's about family, loyalty, and finding humor in life's chaos. It's a series that invites you to laugh, cheer, and occasionally get emotional, all while watching one of the most creative action comedies unfold. With the anime just around the corner, I just wanted to brace you guys on what to expect. Whether you're a manga fan or a newcomer, there's something here for everyone. But what are you most excited to see in the Sakamoto Days anime? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and remember, never underestimate the guy in the apron. Speaking of aprons, that might be exactly what Itachi would have wore every night when he was cooking had he not had to kill his clan. If only him and Shisui did things another way. Confused on what I mean? Click right here and give it a look. As always, thank you guys for watching, and leave suggestions in the comments on what type of videos you guys would want to see. Until next time guys, fade to black.